board-certified dermatologist, and today we're going to talk about something that is blowing up online right now, injectable peptides. If you've been on social media, you've probably seen an influencer hyping up, promoting injectable peptides for wrinkles, hair growth, and even longevity, with GHK copper being one of the more commonly hyped up peptides. But here's the thing, just because something is trending on social media doesn't necessarily mean there's robust evidence to support its use or that it's necessarily safe. So in today's video, I'm going to break down what exactly GHK copper is, what the clinical data actually show, and importantly, we're going to talk about the risks with this that are not necessarily being disclosed to you so that you know what you're getting yourself into before just jumping on the bandwagon. Let's start with what GHK copper actually is. GHK just stands for the amino acids of this particular peptide: glycine, histidine, and lysine. It's a naturally occurring peptide in human plasma, and levels of this peptide are a lot higher when we are younger compared to when we're older. In our 20s, we have about 200 nanograms per milliliter, but then by the time we reach our 60s, it's more like 80 nanograms per milliliter. GHK has very high affinity for copper. When it binds to copper, it forms what is known as GHK copper or copper tripeptide 1. This complex has actually been studied for decades for a possible role in wound healing, tissue repair, healing, and having an anti-inflammatory effect. Let's talk about what the research actually shows, though, for using this peptide for the skin. So a lot of the excitement around GHK copper comes from its role in tissue repair. In laboratory studies like cells in a dish, as well as small animal models, GHK copper shows promise for increasing the amounts of growth factors, namely VEGF and fibroblast growth factor, which are necessary for the formation of healthy blood cells and new blood cell growth. GHK copper might also stimulate fibroblasts to produce collagen and elastin. There are also some small clinical studies that suggest that applying GHK copper to the skin topically may help in improving skin texture and supporting wound healing. But here is where we need to be crystal clear. This research largely is coming from in vitro studies, cells in a dish, in isolation, not in actual human beings. The human clinical trials are very, very limited and small. In other words, they're not robust enough to draw any meaningful conclusions about the anti-aging effects of this peptide.